After a grueling season, the HCT World Championships came to Blizzard Arena in Taipei City, Taiwan. 16 of the best Hearthstone players across the entire year earned their invite to the prestigious event to compete for the title of World Champion and the $250,000 US first prize. The players were divided into 4 groups, where the top 2 competitors would advance to the elimination stage of the tournament. An intense 3 days of competition followed, with every competitor fighting for their chance at claiming the trophy and being immortalized within the world of Hearthstone. Once the dust had settled, 3 European, 3 American, and 2 Chinese players had advanced through to the next stage. The quarterfinals kicked off with all American players being knocked out by their European rivals, while the 2 Chinese competitors, Yue Ying and Jing, would face off against each other. The match began with Jing taking Game 1, defeating Yue Ying's mage with his warrior after an intense back-and-forth confrontation. Ultimately, Yue Ying would be overwhelmed after drawing too many bombs from his deck. Jing would follow it up by winning Games 2 and 4, taking the match with a total score of 3-1 and moving into the semifinal as the only non-European competitor. The first semifinal match would have training partners and German powerhouse gamers Bunny Hopper and Viper square off. After trading the first 4 games, the score was locked at 2-2 with a final showdown between their Mage and Hunter decks deciding who would win the match. This would be Viper's 3rd attempt at trying to win with Hunter after losing Games 2 and 4. Viper took early control of the game with his ferocious beasts developing a formidable scavenging hyena. A strong turn 5 where Viper traded several buffed spring paws and lynxes into Bunny Hopper's mountain giant saw the scavenging hyena grow to a monstrous size.
Bunny Hopper's dead. He's very dead.
With no answer, Bunny Hopper wasn't able to recover, and Viper closed out the game on the following turn, with the 16 damage monster advancing him through to the grand finals. The second semifinal match would be a Europe versus China bout. The Eastern rookie Jing, who has exploded onto the scene in recent months against Hunterace, the worldwide HCT points leader. While Jing fought valiantly, he would ultimately fall short to Hunterace's experience and precise plays, losing the series 3-1 and sending Hunterace to face off against Viper.
And we see the Leroy Jenkins just waiting in the hand. Hunterace just waiting for his turn. He's got 7 damage, 8, 9, and Leroy Jenkins comes down and sends Hunterace to the finals of the World Championship.
3 out of the 4 years of the World Championship, we've had a point leader, and once again, the Wonder Boy from Norway is going to claim victory and advance to the grand finals.
This is the first time we have seen Hunterace on the championship stage all year. Despite earning so many points at tour stops, he was never able to break through the playoff system, and now he is making the absolute most of his points lead with a spot in the finals of the World Championship.
Everything had come down to this: a single best-of-3 conquest match between 2 European juggernauts. Game 1 saw Viper rush out a lot of cheap minions onto the board with his Warlock deck. After getting off to a strong start, Viper had Hunterace on the ropes, facing a strong board of cheap minions. With only 8 life left, Hunterace resorted to Plan B as the ropes started to burn, repeatedly playing SI-7 Agent through the use of Shadow Step to deal direct damage to Viper's forces. A final weapon swing to clean up another minion left Hunterace on 5 health going into his opponent's turn. Viper responded by playing a 1-attack stealth minion and attacking with his other forces to bring Hunterace down to just 1 life. Out of desperation, he played the Hench Clan Burglar, a minion that lets you discover a random card from another class, and as luck would have it, he found the perfect answer, an explosive trap. On his turn, Viper attacked Hunterace, directly triggering his explosive trap. Now completely out of gas, Viper had no choice but to surrender on his following turn, putting the score to 1-0 in Hunterace's favor. Game 2. Both players opted to go for their mage decks. The mirror match was a deadlock. This was broken when Viper drew his Conjurer's Calling and created a massive board of mountain giants. Feeling the pressure, Hunterace went for the huge gamble, hoping to transform Viper's Khadgar into a Doomsayer to destroy all units. Unfortunately, the play didn't work, and Hunterace surrendered, tying up the series 1 apiece. The next game, Viper took early control and forced Hunterace's mage to respond, this time in the form of a double Conjurer's Calling onto a voodoo doll, clearing the threats and developing a formidable board of his own. Viper had no cards left in his hand, so Hunterace capitalized with an aggressive Alexstrasza play, reducing Viper's health to within lethal range. With no options left, Viper surrendered, bringing the series to 2-1 in Hunterace's favor. Game 4, Viper decided to play his Hunter against Shaman, and once again entered the mid-game with a strong board presence. After a deadly 15 damage push from a board full of minions, Viper once again left Hunterace on 1 life. With no ability to heal himself or stop the incoming damage, Hunterace had no choice but to surrender and bring the match to golden point. This was it. The grand final match had come down to the wire. One final game between Hunterace's Shaman and Viper's Warlock would decide who would be the HCT World Champion for 2019.
Put this into words that I was looking for.
The last game began with Viper taking the board early. With archvillain Rafam in his hand, the game plan was to set up a safe situation to play it by turn 7. With the board reset on Viper's turn, he was free to play archvillain Rafam. The momentum that Rafam had given Viper was immense. He ended his turn after playing a Drustvar horror he had copied from Hunterace to fill his board with toads. The following turn, Viper used Archmage Vargoth to double cast his stolen Lightning Storm and clear every minion Hunterace controlled. While facing down a nearly impregnable board, Hunterace drew his second mind control tech to steal Viper's biggest minion and played a giggling inventor of his own to flood his board with blocking minions.
It will summon a
There's
tiger.
a freaking Stranglethorn tiger in his hand, Raven, that he picked from a grifter.
That he might not have got.
He's playing Zoo.
Why do we even need notes? You can't prepare for this. There we go.
It would, however, be short-lived, as Viper responded by playing Undasta, whose overkill ability summons for free the Stranglethorn tiger he generated earlier. And yet, with every crazy card thrown at him, Hunterace had the exact counter he needed to keep himself alive. With no more answers, Viper was forced to concede the match. For winning the event, Hunterace took home the trophy, title of World Champion, and $250,000. Congratulations, Hunterace! Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing eSport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Arena Esports.